Hi everyone, welcome back to Faith and Flower. This is Robin. In today's video, I've got some fall homemaking inspiration for you that's a little bit different. So in a previous video, I did a little bit of decorating for fall. I also like to change up my dinner menu, do a little bit more baking, things like that. And I will have a grocery haul and some recipes for you later in the video. But first, I'm gonna start with some practical things that I do as we go through a change of season. After I reset our home for fall, cozying it up just a little bit with decor and bringing out some warmer blankets and things like that, I like to go through my closet and get my wardrobe ready for the change of season. I like to use the 10-item wardrobe method for curating a capsule wardrobe, and I've got an entire playlist on that if you're interested, and I will have it down in the description box. I'm still working on my fall/winter capsule wardrobe, and not only do I purchase a few new items, but I'm mostly comprising it of things I already own, and so that's where I start. And lots of times those items need some adjustments or repairs. I have 2 pairs of jeans like this that I have been meaning to make some adjustments on for a while, so I decided to do that myself instead of taking it to a tailor. I found a very easy to follow video here on YouTube, and I'm going to show you what I did to insert some elastic in the back of my jeans just to make them very comfortable to wear without a belt. I'm sure I don't have to tell you how hard it is to get a pair of jeans that fits perfectly everywhere. So for me, if I get everything but the waist just right, then this is a pretty easy adjustment, and this was a very easy project to do. I just made 2 small slits in the back of the waistband on the inside, and this is where I could insert the elastic, feed it through, and then secure it at each end. I use my sewing machine for this because I really don't mind if the stitching shows all the way through, but if you do mind, you can hand sew it and it will not even be visible. And this isn't exactly a how-to video. I'm going to show you briefly what I did, but I mostly just want to encourage you to make some of these types of adjustments right at the beginning of the season. After completing this project, I realized how I should have done this a long time ago. I've had these jeans for a couple of years. They're by Mott & Bow, and I love them. They're such high quality denim, and they are going to last for a very long time. So for me, it is worth it to make some adjustments to make me love wearing them even more. Because the waistband did not fit me perfectly, I was constantly tugging them up, or I felt that I needed to wear a belt, which I don't always want to have to do. So just taking a few minutes out of my day to do this little project was so worth it. And doing it right at the beginning of the season means every time I want to wear my jeans, they are ready to go without any added accessories unless I want to add a belt. You may not need to alter jeans or pants, but there probably are a few things you could do to your wardrobe to improve it as you start the season. Things like repairing a hole in your favorite sweater, fixing loose buttons, or replacing missing buttons are easy to do at home, and taking a little time to address those things before the season starts will make you enjoy your wardrobe so much more. I am by no means a professional seamstress, so as you can see, if you are, my stitches aren't great, but they will not be visible, and I'm not worried about it. My technique did improve. I did a little bit better on the other side, and when it got to the second pair of jeans, I had it down. But in any case, if you are concerned that the stitching would show, just stitch it by hand on the inside, and no one will be the wiser. I like using the elastic instead of putting darts in the back. I feel like it is a little bit more adjustable. So as my body changes throughout the month, or with hormone levels, or how much I've eaten if we go out, this will make my jeans very comfortable, and that gapping that I had in the back is taken care of. I also like to assess my shoes for the upcoming season. I don't necessarily need to buy new shoes if I can repair or improve the shoes that I already have and make them feel new as I enter the new season. I've been using laundry products by Truly Free Home that I love, like this stain stick. It's basically a bar of soap and you use it to pre-treat stains. And I have yet to find anything that this doesn't take out. It really is one of the best spot removers I've ever used. To remove a stain from any washable fabric, I just wet the fabric and then rub the soap onto the fabric directly, then work it in with this little bamboo brush just to get sort of a lather going and to make sure that it penetrates really well. Once that item is pre-treated, I can put it in the washing machine, and I use the Laundry Wash by Truly Free Home for everything. It works great in all temperatures and on all types of fabric. I even use it on my delicate items. I love it because it is free of any harsh chemicals that I'd be worried about using in our laundry, and it's very economical, and they've got a really good deal going on right now. This video isn't sponsored by Truly Free Home, but I will have a link for you down in the description box in case you want to check them out. These are some of my favorite shoes. They are by Vivea, and I will also have a link for these down in the description box along with anything else that I can think of from today's video. But these shoes are machine washable, which is phenomenal. So I just take out the inserts, and as I described, I just wet the stained areas, and then I will pre-treat it with a stain stick, put them in mesh bags, and wash them on the gentle cycle with cold water. I've had a lot of success washing canvas sneakers this way too, both my own and the ones that belong to my husband and my boys. So you might want to give this a try if you have sneakers that are looking a little bit dingy and you want to give them some new life as well. It's always so rewarding when I remove my shoes from the washing machine and see all of the stains completely gone. It does feel like having a new pair of shoes, and I love these gray ones because they really can be worn any time of the year, and I do wear them often. Letting them air dry outside really speeds up the drying process, and I just make sure that I keep them out of direct sunlight as they dry. I know that not all shoes can be treated this way, but that's one of the things that I love about these shoes and why I have so many pairs from this particular brand. I can keep them looking great and enjoy wearing them for a long time when I can wash them. They're also made of 6 recycled plastic bottles per pair, which I love, but you wouldn't know that. They feel very soft, not plasticky at all, and they keep coming out with new styles every season, so there is always something that is going to fit with your own personal style and work great with your wardrobe. The change of season also changes how I cook, and so I will share with you my recent grocery haul and some of the things that I am preparing for our family as we enter the cooler months. It has been a while since I did a grocery haul, and so I thought I would just show you what I got at our local grocery store, which here in Texas is HEB, and I'll start with the produce. So I got some romaine lettuce. This is probably a more expensive way to buy lettuce, but I find that the lettuce is really good quality this way, and because I put in a grocery order, which is free for us, we have a curbside service so I can order online, I just found that this lettuce is usually nicer quality when I'm not there to choose it myself. So I got some of that for salads and also for sandwiches. Baby spinach, I like to get the organic one when they have it. It's a great big package of spinach. It's 16 ounces a pound. And so this will last us quite a while. I'll make salads with it. And if it looks like it needs to be used up, I can cook it and add it to omelets or pasta or whatever. So that will be eaten up no problem. And then I got a couple of cabbages. I got this purple cabbage, and I'll show you some other ingredients that I got to go with that for a particular salad that I haven't made in a while, and I thought that would be really nice to have this week. And then I got these cabbages to try making some sauerkraut again. I haven't done that in a while and thought that that would be nice to get started again. I also got some zucchini. They're still a pretty good price, still pretty readily available, and we really like this, especially in something like sort of like a ratatouille. I got a bag of Pink Lady apples. This is something that I almost always get when it's available. These are our favorite apples, and Peyton takes an apple pretty much every day to work with him. I got Campari tomatoes. I really dislike store-bought tomatoes, but I found these to be an exceptionally good one, usually. So these are a little bit on the smaller side, but they're still large enough to eat in sandwiches, and we also like them in salads, or I sometimes will just slice them up if they're really good and make a tomato salad. I also got some sweet potatoes and some baking potatoes, and again, I just find these to be better quality when I order them this way. When I'm in the store myself, I'm more likely to just go to the bin and pick and choose the ones that I want, but when they are packaged like this, they're usually very good quality ones, so I don't mind spending just a little bit extra instead of being disappointed. For bread this week, I picked up some hot dog buns. I thought it would be fun to do hot dogs. We don't do them really often, but we do enjoy them once in a while. And I'm going to make the cabbage salad that I was talking about earlier to go with that. And then this bread, I actually ordered their sourdough loaf, which is excellent. It's this Easy Tiger. It's a brand that our local store carries that's really quite good. They didn't have that, and they substituted this whole wheat one. So I'm not sure if we're gonna love that, but we'll give it a try. And then they had their hams on special this week. So I went ahead and got extra, and I'm gonna freeze some. And I've been trying to cut back on deli meats and things like that, but still once in a while they are nice to have to make sandwiches during the week, or whenever we're traveling in the RV, it's always nice to have some of those for quick lunches. And then for meats, I have a lot of meats in the freezer from Butcher Box that we are going to be using, but my friend Donna, who has been a wonderful subscriber on our channel, suggested these smoked chicken sausage. I really like the ones we get from Trader Joe's, so I'm happy to give one a try from our local grocery store since we don't get to Trader Joe's very often anymore. So Donna, gonna give those a try. And the beef franks that I get from Nathan's, I found these skinless bun length ones. This is a really big package, so I'm gonna be freezing a lot of these, but this is what we'll have for hot dogs this week. And these mandarin oranges I got for that cabbage salad. I'm also out of coconut oil, so I restocked on that. And I got 2 dozen of these pasture-raised Vital Farms eggs. These are our favorite, so had to have some more of those. And then to go along with the ham, I had to get some cheese. So I picked up some baby Swiss and provolone. And those are both the store brand, so they're a pretty good deal. I got a large tub of this feta cheese. I have been using this in so many things. It's great in salads, and also we have discovered spinach and feta cheese omelets lately. We have been sort of on an omelet kick after my parents were here and kind of, gave us that idea to try again. So for a quick weeknight meal, lots of times I will do an omelet, and with the extra spinach and a little feta cheese, you can have an amazing omelet. Heavy whipping cream, I bought 2 of these because they were on special. The date is usually pretty far out. This one is December 6th. I don't know if you can see that. But I know that I'm going to be using this between now and then, no problem. I use it to make sauces for all kinds of dishes. In fact, we're probably going to have a pasta dish tonight, and I'm going to use a little of this heavy whipping cream in that. And then I got 1 box of Raisin Bran. We've been eating mostly granola lately, but it's nice to switch things up once in a while, and we haven't had this for a while, so that's what Patrick and I will have for breakfast this week. And I bought some Mrs. Meyer's, both dish soap and hand soap. I wish that they had the dish soap in this apple scent. It smells so good, but that's the hand soap. And then my next favorite is this honeysuckle scent, so I got that for dish soap. So that's it for this week. It may not seem like a lot, but like I said, I do have meats in the freezer. I also have a pretty good stock in my pantry of the staples like rice and pasta, so this will be very easy to carry us through for the rest of the week. One of the things I prepared for this week from this grocery haul is this purple cabbage salad, and I will have the recipe linked down in the description box below the video. I love making this. Not only is it delicious, but it's super colorful. It's full of antioxidants, which are great for our health, and it gets better as the week goes on in the refrigerator. Over time, the flavors really develop, but the cabbage stays very crunchy, and this is such a beautiful and delicious side dish for so many things in the fall. I like to slice my cabbage because I don't like it to be too fine, but if you prefer more of a coleslaw type texture, you can definitely use a mandolin or use your food processor to speed things up as well. I'm using dried minced onion in this recipe. The original one calls for green onions, and I just left that off my grocery list this week, but I would recommend that if you are planning this ahead because that really is amazing. It gives even more flavor to the salad, and the color contrast, the green and the purple, really look appealing as well. I expect I'll probably get a lot of negative feedback about hot dogs and we don't eat them often, but we do enjoy them once in a while. I think it's great with a salad like this. It couldn't be easier to prepare for a quick dinner, and my family loves it. Now that our kitchen renovation is complete, I'm really looking forward to getting back in the habit of making certain things from scratch, and this week I am going to make a big batch of sauerkraut. If you have never made it on your own before, it is quite easy to do, and there are some really great instructional videos out there. My friend Mary over at Mary's Nest has a great one. So does Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone. And I found one that I will link down in the description box from the Pioneer Woman website, which I just found so simple and easy to follow. Traditionally, this was often done to preserve the harvest of cabbage for over the winter time. And if you don't grow your own cabbage, it's still very beneficial to do this, not so much as a means of preserving the cabbage, but to reap all of the health benefits. Homemade sauerkraut is full of probiotics which help with digestion. So instead of buying expensive supplements, this is something that you can do at home that is really easy. You just need cabbage and salt to create a really healthy side dish that goes with so many things that you're going to enjoy throughout the winter months. When a lot of salad ingredients go out of season, their price goes up at the grocery store. And so this is a great salad alternative because cabbage is something that you can usually buy inexpensively year-round. I started off with one cabbage because I wasn't quite sure if my bowl, or in this case my Dutch oven, was going to be large enough to hold two. I tossed in some salt, and the recipe below will give you the right ratio. I let that sit for about 15 minutes, and then I just used my hands to sort of knead the salt into the cabbage. As I did this, I could feel the cabbage softening up and releasing a lot of the water. And after about 10 or 15 minutes of doing this, it was time to add it to the jar. And this is actually quite fun. So if you enjoy getting your hands in food, this is a project that I know you'll like. Once the cabbage is in the jar, use your fist or the wooden spoon or something to really press it down into the bottom, get most of the air out, and allow the water to rise to the top. And any extra water that you have in your bowl, add that to the jar as well. And then take one extra leaf of your cabbage to help you press it down and cover the top of the cabbage. The goal here is just to make sure that the cabbage is completely submerged under the water. You can even add a little bit of salt water if you need to. And I have a weight that I have in my Amazon store. I'll put a link down in the description box to help keep everything underwater. While I had everything out, I decided to go ahead and process the second cabbage and add it to the jar as well. Set the jar on your countertop for 1 to 4 weeks to allow the fermentation to reach your desired level of tartness. So you can taste it a little bit after each week and see how you like it. Also, make sure that you place it on a dish to catch any spills, because there is a lot of bubbling going on during the fermentation process. And I use these plastic lids because they're not completely airtight, and it does allow for that exchange. Last week I showed you how I made a sheet pan meal, and this week I used the same formula and just switched up the ingredients slightly and the seasoning to create a different meal. This time I used some Idaho potatoes and onions, and I used a barbecue seasoning mix. I just tossed all of that with a little avocado oil on a sheet pan and preheated my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I used a combination of bone-in chicken thighs and chicken drumsticks, and I nestled them into the vegetables. Then I sprinkled them with a little bit of oil and added the seasoning to both sides before baking in the oven for about 45 minutes. Lately, I am loving sheet pan dinners. There are so many different things that you can do. You can switch up the vegetables and the proteins, and even though it takes about 45 minutes in the oven, that is time that you can spend doing something else. You don't have to attend to anything in the kitchen, and then there is only one pan to wash at the end of the meal. This was so delicious, a perfect cozy fall meal. My family loved it and I hope yours will too. And once again, we enjoyed some of the cabbage salad, which was the perfect accompaniment. I hope that wherever you are, you enjoyed today's video with whatever change of season you're experiencing. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, join us here at Faith and Flour. It's easy to subscribe and absolutely free. All you have to do is click on my picture. Be sure to leave a comment below. You know I love hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a wonderful week.